What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to Think Outside the BlueBox podcast, podcast where we feature local artists and just their journeys and why they are where they are today. And today, I'm honored, man. Today, we're joined by a jack of all trades, man, a genre-bending artist, Mr. Frankie X, man. Welcome.
Thank you for having me. I appreciate it, man. Big wet boss shit, you know.
Yeah. Good. Thank you for joining me, dude. Thank you. I appreciate you reaching out. I know you and Focus kind of work together a little bit.
Yes, sir. Shout out to my dog Focus. You know the vibes, man.
Yeah, Focus shout you out, so
I have to do it in return, you know what I'm saying? I came here just for that.
Just for that. I appreciate it, man. So tell me, man, where did you start?
As far as like music goes?
Yeah.
Well, I've always had a thing for music. Like I've always, loved listening to it, loved writing it. And I kind of was thinking about this the other day. I felt like you asked me this question.
Yeah.
But I was thinking like, I didn't really notice that I was that deep into music until I got to where I am now, making music. Because I look back on it like, damn, I've been writing rap since I was a kid. I've been like, having the urge to perform, like to just, I like just, showing out, you know what I mean? As respectfully as possible.
Yeah.
And I've had like, I've had like little like bands with my family and shit like that. I've had little performances in the house, just writing raps, doing songs, poems and shit like that. Oh, I can curse, right?
Yeah.
My bad.
Absolutely. No worries.
I'm profane a little bit. But so I took it kind of serious back in 2017. My grandpa died. Or 16, excuse me, rest in peace. And my homie Flex, shout out to my dog Flex. He was rapping first, and he was kind of like showing me the scene. He took me to his first show. I went with him, kind of checked it out. I saw how that shit worked out, and I fell in love with it too. I started doing it. I was in the studio constantly, and just over the last 5 years that I've been doing music, I developed my sound, and now here I am. I'm the Rican rock star now.
Nice. Yeah. So 5 years ago, that's when you started.
Yeah, 2017.
Yeah. Did you start here in Tampa, or did you start where are you from?
I'm from the Bronx, New York, but I was pretty much raised here in Tampa. I would just go back and forth, you know what I'm saying? So I feel like I kind of was able to keep up with how life is over there and, like, the pace of things, the culture as well, as well as being able to, I live here, obviously, so I'm very much more in tune. Yeah. But I started music here.
Okay.
Yeah.
So not New York? No.
But I've recorded over there now that I've gone back. I have, a lot of artists I know over there that I work with frequently and shit like that.
That's cool, man. What brought you to Florida?
Well, it was a family thing. Like, I moved here when I was a kid. I was like 8 or 9 or something like that.
Oh, okay.
My mom says it because I have asthma and shit. The air pollution over there.
That's a little.
I don't have it in New York, and I'd be smoking gas. But yeah.
No, that's cool. Why Tampa?
I don't really know.
No,
honestly. I mean,
that was your parents' decision?
Yeah, that was their decision. But now that I'm grown and like I've been around Florida more, I've been to Orlando, Miami, Tallahassee, et cetera. I feel like I would have probably chose to live here too. Now that I've experienced more of it also. Yeah,
I know we talked about it a little bit about it earlier. The Tampa and St. Pete area, man, the creativity's off the charts. Mm-hmm. And that's kind of why I started this podcast, is because I saw all this opportunity, all this collaboration and stuff happening, and nobody's putting a spotlight on it. So it's
absolutely. I talk about this all the time. Like it's like a really like a prominent thing like in my mind. And I really feel like, Tampa could be and is on the way to being one of those big cities that really, is known for their artists.
I think
similar to Atlanta, similar to New York, LA, the big cities, And even now cities like Detroit coming up, different places in Florida like Orlando, et cetera, et cetera. And I think Tampa has the same like drive and motivation, but now it's about just getting everybody on the same page. Because there's a lot of disconnects as far as the music scene goes. Like there's a music scene like I'm in where it's like more of like the underground. Then there's like the quote unquote like the street scene. There's like the more like alternative. So trying to get everyone together is kind of like a thing I feel needs to happen.
It's like herding cats.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, just everybody has their own talents, their own you know.
And when they come together, it's cool because you see both sides that aren't exposed to each other like normally, so they get in tune with each other. And like just those little link ups, I think will just keep building up towards a bigger one. And then when a big like collab happens between one side and the other, it'll make like a really like a good impression for Tampa.
It's magic.
Yeah,
it's magic, man. Whenever you get two people, and it's funny too because the process is interesting because when you bring two people together, they have their own different styles, their own different their own different way of doing things. But when you bring people together, it's like you feed off of each other. It's like that energy. Yeah. Who have you collaborated with?
My dog right there, Fetty Suo. Shout out to Outside World. You know what I'm saying? Big Globe business, we in the building.
Nice.
I talk about this too. Not that I don't like collaborating, but I prefer to be the feature. I don't know if it's just like a I'm very picky with who I choose to put on my songs, because I use my features as instruments in a way. Like if I know that it's a certain sound that I want, that I know you can achieve, I'm gonna recruit you to excuse me, I'm kind of drunk, to do it on my song. And like I said, I use them like instruments.
Compliments.
So, it compliments. You have what I want, so I'm gonna use it in that way to make the song sound as a whole overall better.
Yeah.
But I've collaborated with my dog Yism, Focus. Obviously, shout out to my man Flex, all the outside world, which includes my whole group, my whole label. I have a lot of acts in New York. Shout out to my boys, Forever Lit. Feel me? We forever outside with it. And I'm open to collab with whomever. My bad, I'm kind of close. I'm open to collab with whomever. Good, but I like to do it organically. I like to be like with the person, like get to know them and become friends with them first, to kind of get like how they are.
The vibe.
Yeah, and then you can kind of, just knowing a person better, it kind of like helps your chemistry, because you know how they'll react to shit, like how they might want to write their part of the song, so you can feed off of that also and just make it overall better. Yeah,
and once you have like a song and you have the certain vibe, you could be like, okay, this guy kind of fits what I'm trying to say. Yeah,
this is a him type beat. I'm gonna put him on there.
Yeah, that style.
Yeah, exactly.
That style. That's awesome, man.
I'm a maestro. You know what I'm doing.
So. It helps to know what you're doing a little bit.
I've noticed. Yeah, it helps a little bit.
So tell me about your music, man. What's I know you said genre bending. What kind of genres do you kind of put your toe into?
Well, I started off on some like lyrical miracle, like New York boom bap is the best music ever. You know what I'm saying? I feel like everybody from up north has to go through that as an artist.
It's a phase.
It is. It's definitely a phase. But now that I'm more cultured and more tailored to different sounds, I feel like I really find homes in R&B, like Afro-Caribbean type beats, pop. Obviously, back to my lyrical roots, and like hip hop, like boom bap. I try to just bend all that stuff together, and I kind of just make like what they call like sing rap, which is like the melodic stuff. I hear that term a lot too, melodic rap. But I also can switch it up. I do different stuff. I could vibe. I could rage. I could give you some bars for real. I could sing for real. I could do all kind of stuff.
You freestyle?
Oh, not right now. I'm drunk. It won't work very well.
No, I don't mean to put you on the spot there.
Actually, I'll go on record right now and say I'm not a great freestyler. I prefer to write.
Yeah.
But I can sing freestyle, if that makes sense. Because it's easier to sing than it is to, because you kind of just kind of carry it too. You don't have to say too much.
Yeah, that makes sense.
I just do runs.
So what's your process, man? What's you write everything yourself, right? You produce everything yourself?
No, my boy Suo is one of my producers.
Okay.
I linked in with, I have, like I said, my group outside where we have a couple of producers there. I have some outside the group as well, but my process is pretty much just like I write a song, I'll go record it, and I've been working with my dog Dinamico. He's a Latin American artist out here too. He's Puerto Rican also. He makes like reggaeton, perreo, all kind of bad. He makes reggaeton, perreo, all kind of stuff like that. Mm-hmm. And he engineers and mixes masters himself, so I've been going to his crib. He's been recording me lately, and he's teaching me to punch in, like to just like do it on the fly, so that way I'm not wasting time writing and like just because in the studio you pay for that time, not with him, but like when I go to my studio where I record at, I pay for the time, and most times I'll go with stuff already like loaded, so take out the
you kind of have to, but
so I don't waste the time. But there's times where I want to just vibe out and just like kind of catch a vibe and just do shit organically, because like I said, organic music is the best. I've done it before, to where I'll just go in there with just unlimited time, just try some shit and it comes out dope. So I want to do that more often, so he's helping me out with that for sure.
That's cool, yeah. It's good to have a place to go where it's, you have some limited time, you don't have to worry about, I got to be out of here by a certain time.
Yeah, exactly, yeah. That shit stresses me out, because I think about, oh my God, I got 2 hours left.
Yeah, and then your creativity kind of goes out the window.
Because you're trying to rush it, too.
Yeah, and the creativity just takes a hit, so.
Then the song don't come out how you want it to, you got to go back and waste more money, more time, and it's just like...
Yeah.
When I could just focus on one, because my goal is, instead of going trying to knock out as many songs as I can, I'll go try to knock out 2 or 3 solid ones, like songs that I could push right away.
Yeah. Yeah, because you have the time in this environment, you want to take advantage of it.
Exactly. Yeah.
Yeah. Where do you shoot, or where do you record?
I record almost exclusively with Grand Bay Studios.
Nice.
Shout to my dog Soda. He's been recording me for the last almost 3 years now. I want to say maybe close to 4, because I only recorded with a couple other studios before I found him. That's my home now, And now, like I said, I've been recording with my dog Dinamico. He records out the crib, so everything's just set up in the house. And Suo too. Yeah, he has a setup in the crib also. So
there's nothing wrong with that, man. Look where we are.
Yeah, it makes it work. Yeah, it really does. It's the same thing. You just you you doing it yourself.
Yeah. Yeah, and I kind of relate to that unlimited time, because I know when somebody comes in and pays for the time here, that they're kind of on the clock too. But when I'm doing my podcast, it's like it's unlimited. Yeah,
you know, just having fun with it.
Yeah, it's unlimited, so it's like we could vibe.
You know what I'm saying? That's how it's done. Yeah, man.
That's good, man. So who's your manager?
My manager is no other than Outside Ills. Again, shout out to Outside World. You know. He manages not only myself, he also manages Suo. Suo also is a co-manager as well. And we have, like 5, 6 artists? I think maybe 7 now.
No, bro, we have about 8 artists.
Oh, damn. See, I'm bad at keeping track.
Blowing up.
We got a lot of artists. It's kind of, I hate to draw this comparison, but the most, like, to make it make sense, we're sort of like an ASAP mob. You know what I mean? It's like everyone's their own individual artist. We're not a group where it's like we work together all the time. But we're more so like a collective, you know. Gotcha. Everyone's their own person, but we do collaborate. We do hang out. We do, you know, we're friends. We're homegrown brothers. You feel me? So
nice.
But yeah, shout out to Ills, man. He's a dude. He has definitely helped me out the last 4 years. He's been managing me, and you know, it's been a journey. We bump heads sometimes, but that's my dog. He's Puerto Rican too.
Nice.
So big wet boss shit.
Yeah.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, that's awesome, man. Yeah, man. So tell me, what inspires you? I know you said like you had a family member pass away, and that kind of give you the big push to pursue music. Tell me a little bit more about that.
Well, my grandpa was my artistic inspiration. He is the person that showed me art, and I say this, you know, I'll stay on this same hill till I go with him. You know what I'm saying?
Nice.
But he was an artist. He was a carpenter, painter, sculptor, everything. He did every kind of art possible, I think, except for music, to my knowledge, of course.
Yeah.
And he kind of just, you know, he began showing me art when I was a kid, like ever since I was a kid. I've been drawing, painting, and then that kind of
just a creative dude.
Yeah, just creativity, period. Yeah. And that, just having that instilled in me, excuse me, is, you know, just I'm grateful for it, because it kind of helped me find my love for music, or not find it, but like hone in on it and like really target it. You know what I mean? Because now that's what I do, you know, for my living.
Yeah.
Well, I'm trying to, at least. So.
Yeah. Like I told Focus, like he kind of planted the seed.
Exactly.
You know,
yeah. And I was listening to his story
now.
too. I'm like, you know, it's very similar.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I have another homie who passed away last year, September. Long live my dog CJ. You know what I'm saying? Paint the City 4L. You know, he also inspires me. I'm also very inspired by, you know, I say it all the time, Puerto Rican. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I love, very proud, very, you know, very much big wepa shit.
Boricua.
You feel me? Tú sabes. And I'm also very much driven by that, because, you know, hip hop is born in the Bronx, where I'm from. And Puerto Ricans had a very large part in that as well. And it's kind of, you know, goes under the radar a little bit sometimes. You know, I don't want to take shine away from anybody else. But Big Pun, period, just that name alone,
Seriously.
you know, like right there alone, just like was a huge stepping stone towards that. And, you know, he passed away before he really could do too much with it and kind of really bring it in. But he paved the way for artists like myself and other, you know, Puerto Rican acts. So I live with that pride, and I take that with me everywhere I go. You know, so I really want to put on for my peoples, for La Isla. You feel me?
Yeah, man.
So
the creativity on that island is insane, dude.
Absolutely.
Like, what's the guy that did Hamilton? Lin-Manuel.
Yes.
Miranda.
I love that.
He's my pride, man. he's my dog.
Hell yeah.
Man.
I love that Hamilton fucking album too.
Yeah, man. Like you're rocking out to this thing. He's a Puerto Rican, man. Like he just has that in his blood. Like he just had to get it out, you know.
Absolutely.
Have you seen the musical?
I haven't seen it, but I heard the album of it, like the tracks. Yeah.
Yeah, it's good stuff, man.
I'll let it go see it one day at Broadway if they ever do it again.
Yeah, I mean Broadway's open again, so.
Well, I mean, like with that one in particular.
Oh yeah. They're probably never gonna do the original cast again.
Probably.
They got it on Disney Plus if you want to stream it.
Oh, it's good to know. I was signed up for Disney Plus today.
Yeah,
you heard it here.
You heard it here. Man. Yeah, he's actually starring in it. It was the original cast. That's the full original cast. Yeah, I know you'll enjoy that. But yeah, man, the Puerto Ricans is just, you know, it's just la raza, yeah.
Puñeta.
Like we get that creative spirit, man, especially music. I've
Absolutely.
noticed that, yeah, man. It's just part of our culture now.
Yeah, man, because we have so many components that make it up. You know, we have the Afro, we have the Taino, and we have the European, and all those different things bring different flavors and different
mix.
Exactly.
Yeah.
You feel me?
They say I saw this thing online that said that the perfect woman is a Puerto Rican woman, because she has all the little bits and pieces of the right mixture that you need to create.
No,
like,
man, them Puerto Rican women.
Hey, they are dangerous.
As a fellow, I'm them.
This is a fact. Yeah, my son is Jamaican. He know what's up.
Okay. But a good woman's gonna make you work hard, man. So
regardless of her nationality, that's a fact.
Yeah, that's true. That's
a big fact. I had a couple that have definitely have I'm kind of drunk. I can't. I'm sure.
No, you're good, bro.
That have like put me in some ways where it's like, all right, now I know that this is the kind of woman I should look for going forward. I learned from my mistakes for sure. And I've made a couple of them. I won't lie to you, but I'm trying to get better.
It's a learning experience.
Yeah.
Now you know what you don't want.
Yeah.
Yeah, man. I don't really talk about my personal life on the podcast, but I'm actually divorced.
Oh man.
Yeah, like 6 years divorced. Don't be sorry, man. It's a good thing.
Yeah, you're a free man.
Yeah, I'm free, man.
Blessings for your freedom.
Yeah.
Yeah. We're gonna wish you more longevity.
Yeah.
Yeah, man. Because I'm young and handsome, and I know it. That's my problem.
Yeah, that's the problem.
Sometimes I'm too smooth for my own good. I ain't gonna say no more. I'm gonna start incriminating myself.
Oh no, it's gonna become like the Kanye podcast.
Oh man, I don't want that. But yeah.
Oh man. So what dirt you have on your opponents?
On my opponents?
Just kidding, man.
I'm gonna plead the fifth on that one.
Yeah, we don't want to burn anybody here.
Nah. I'm not a social media rapper either. I don't be out here, I talk my shit absolutely 100%, and I always will always do that.
You can back it up though.
Yeah, exactly. I can back it up for damn sure. But also, I don't like having unnecessary issues with people either. That's dumb. I'm not gonna waste my time doing that. You feel me? If I don't like you, you will know. But I'm not gonna go out my way to be like, oh, I don't like you, and like start doing petty dumb shit.
Yeah, I know. You just cut them out.
Yeah, just ignore you like you don't exist.
Just cut them out.
Yeah.
Yeah, they don't need to be in your life.
Not at all, no.
My brother actually was on this podcast a few episodes ago, and he talked about the road to success is a lonely road, and it's because of that, man. Like some people are there to drag you down, and not necessarily intentionally, but like they have their certain perceptions of what life should be like, and then when you come along, it's like,
and everyone's is different. Everyone's perspective is different, and I realize in life that everyone's either a lesson or like something that you keep with you. Everybody can be both.
Yeah, I like that. I like that. I'm gonna start using that.
People come into your life for either to teach you something and leave, or to be there permanently to keep growing with you. And I've learned to differentiate between the two.
That's the important part.
Yeah.
You have to differentiate, because you can't give, my brother even said this, you can't give long-term expectations to a short-term person.
That's a fact.
Yeah, man, because they're just going to drag you down.
No longevity for those who are temporary.
Nice. I like that.
I'm a little poetic too, what I'm saying?
You're a wordsmith.
I'm wise beyond my years, you feel me? That's what my mom says, at least. That's my mama.
Yeah. So I started a TikTok account for this podcast, and ever since I started posting some of the clips and stuff, it's just blown up, man.
I saw you guys talking about TikTok on Focus's episode too. I've been trying to get into it, and like I just go on and make dance videos. I've been getting started, but I don't know. I'm trying to get like because Instagram, like you said, the algorithm is ridiculous. It's just it's not
hard,
for
man.
Artists at all. It's sometimes you get lucky, sometimes you don't. You kind of have to like gauge when you can.
It's like a hit or miss.
Yeah, I know. Like the other day, I posted about Gasparilla because I was working that day, and I got like 600, 700 views on my story, which never happens. But when I post music, it's like 100 views, 200, and I'm like, bro, what? How do I get what I want to broadcast out there properly?
I think they do that on purpose to get you to pay for their ads.
Absolutely, yeah. And I still do it like a dummy too.
Yeah. You're just feeding the monster, man.
Yeah, man. You got to pay to play, though. I understand that for sure.
And TikTok is like that too. I mean, sometimes you'll know when somebody or one of your videos is getting suppressed. Yeah. And you just got to pay to push it back out there. Cause
I hate, like, I've only had one TikTok go, like, quote unquote viral. And the sound got removed, and I was sick because that's my one TikTok that went crazy, and it was just like, nah.
Was it copyrighted?
Yeah, because the track they did was like a copyright issue.
Yeah, yeah, they do that to my TikToks all the time.
I was
they
sick,
like mute it, or just delete it and repost it.
Then I gotta change the sound; it just don't hit the same way.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, it doesn't have the same effect. Nah. But dude, it puts your stuff in front of so many people. It's incredible.
There's a group from here in Tampa called Barely Legal. And they, a part of their, like, from what I understand, part of their, like, like imminent rise was they had a lot of success on TikTok also. And just watching that, I'm like, damn, like, you know, if I really took the time to do my research and like really like get to understand how that shit works, I could do the same thing. You know, I just don't have.
That's the thing. Yeah. You gotta have the time to study.
I have to, not even that I don't have it. I have to dedicate the time to it because I can make the time for it, but I have other stuff I'm doing.
Yeah.
So you know, it kind of gets put on the back burner, but one day I'll figure it out.
Priorities. Yeah.
And when I do, I know I'm gonna go crazy on there.
Yeah, it's worth it, man. It's worth it. Like I said, I this podcast account kind of blew up. It's got 3,000 followers in the last like 2 weeks. So.
Hell yeah, that's lit.
Yeah,
that's what's up. You guys are doing great.
Yeah, man.
Very well deserved too, for sure.
It's because of people like you, man. Just coming on the podcast, just telling their story, and just people can relate. You know.
I try to be very relatable as well. Like I feel like, you know, people live very similar lives, and like, you know, there's always someone you can relate to, always someone that kind of went through the same thing you did, sometimes even down to the T. And I try to just, in my music, I try to just relay that same message, you know, like, I feel you, for real.
Yeah. Well, what's your favorite song that you made? What's the one that you're most proud of?
Released or unreleased?
Either.
I would have to say one of the ones I'm most proud of is probably Pico. That was produced by my dog, Fetty Suo, over there also. And I shot that in Puerto Rico. Shot the video for it in Puerto Rico. My first, like I was telling you earlier.
Yeah.
Went to PR for the first time. Shot a video over there in my native island. It was a beautiful experience. And that song,
is the video out?
Yeah, that song was out. That song went out in 2020. It dropped with the project you were listening to earlier.
Nice.
Yeah.
Okay.
And 2019 actually. And 2020 the video came out. That's when I shot in Puerto Rico. Yeah. Nice. My bad. 2021. I'd be losing track of the years.
Yeah,
the last from 2018 to
from
2021
pandemic on.
It feels like all 1 year. It's crazy. I don't know what happened to what year anymore. But in the last, you know, throughout the quarantine, that's when it was for sure.
Yeah.
We did that. We took care of it. And the song went crazy. I got over 10,000 views on Spotify, over 5,000 on Apple. Video was still going up on YouTube, over 1,000 views.
Nice. How was it like shooting?
Huh?
How was it like? What was it like shooting in Puerto Rico?
It was crazy, man, because the song is only like less than 2 minutes, and we had 3 days of footage.
Oh yeah.
So I went there, and I'm like, damn, I got too much now. So I had to like pick through my footage and choose what I wanted. So I kind of like tailored the video with my videographer, of course. You know, shout out to Toast to the Gods, Dopu Visuals. I'm shouting everybody out because I just got a lot of love to give. You know,
love it.
And my dog, I flew him with me to Puerto Rico, and he did the thing for sure. He made a movie for me. I shot I was able to go all across the island, which was, you know, something I was grateful for because people go there only stay in like one area or like one or two. I was all over the place because I was on a mission. I had a whole itinerary and everything. I had days like planned out from hours to what we're doing all day. And it went according to plan. Not 100%.
Yeah,
but,
it never does. But
it never does, no.
Yeah.
But, you know, it worked out, got what I needed to done.
As long as you got some good content out of it.
Exactly, yeah. And I got to see my island, you know, for the first time as an adult.
You got to feature it in the video, too.
I had to, yeah. I got a lot of scenery shots, too, like of the beaches and like the mountains, the rainforest, all kind of shit. Hell yeah. I'll show you when we get out of here, but yeah.
That's awesome.
It's cool, man.
What was the name of that song?
That song is Pico, Pico.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm the big pepper stepper, you feel me? Hot and spicy.
Nice. What's coming up for you, man? What are you working on? I know you and Focus are working on something big that he couldn't talk about it, but
yeah, I probably can't say too much either out of respect for him. But we did collaborate on a record that he engineered and I think produced himself also. I'm not sure about the production, but I know he engineered and mixed and mastered by himself. All I did was send him my vocals and he took care of it. He snapped. And as far as
creative as hell, man,
he's the GOAT, bro. I say it all the time. I will die on this hill. Nice. Focus is like the GOAT. He's next up and coming, bro.
He's coming up, man.
He's ridiculous. He's only 19 years old. He just does everything himself. It's very inspiring for me. Like, you know, you can always be inspired by someone younger than you too.
Absolutely.
Age is only a number because you never know what they could teach you. You feel me? Even my little brother over there, he's 18. He teaches me shit all the time.
It's all about the experience that you've gone through, man. It's like you've gone through something that I haven't gone through, or you're a different person than I am, and we can feed off each other or something. Yeah.
Or I can look back because I remember when I was 18, I'm like, damn, was I like that? Was I, you know? So I kind of compare his experience to mine. I'm like, wow, it's crazy. Now I know, you know, how he might, you know, moving about, doing things.
If he's already there, you know, at 20 or whatever.
Yeah. But as far as music goes, I do have a project I'm sitting on right now. It will be dropping in May. It's a little, I think, 7-song EP. 7, right? I think it's 7. I'm probably asking the wrong manager. But it's a 7-song EP. I believe it's 7. Has a couple of features, which opposed to my first project, Heartbreak Summer, had only 1 feature. And 9 songs. This one's gonna have more of a cast because, like I said, I'm not really like a person that features too often, but I use them for a reason. Yeah, they're my instruments, you know. Yeah. And these people have put in the work and have the same energy I do that, allow me to be like, all right, I fuck with you enough to kind of put you on there, and now we make a hit record.
Nice.
And on top of that, I have a video that was shot last month by my homies Ayo Did It. These two cool guys that they do videos around the Tampa Bay area. That should be dropping in the next 2 weeks. So y'all stay on the lookout for that. It's called Janet. I sent you the song so you have it, but we'll bump it,
Yeah. I'm gonna play it over this video here. So.
All right, cool. Yeah.
They're listening to it right now. That's awesome, man. How long did it take you to make that one?
The song or that one? A lot of my music is inspired by women.
Nice.
Very honestly, and I've had a multitude of experiences with different women, and not always all negative. A lot of it's positive as well, but that one's a positive one. And I was inspired by a girl that I was quote unquote dating, seeing, whatever you want to call it, for a little bit, and it was one of those songs that wrote itself. I went, heard the beat, and I'm like, this is something, and it has a Kendrick Lamar sample of his song Poetic Justice, and then I found out because of her actually that the song he sampled was a song by Janet Jackson.
No way.
So I called it Janet. I was like, oh, I had no idea that was her on the vocals in Kendrick Lamar's song.
That's cool.
In the thunder, that's her. I was like, oh, what?
Get out of here.
Yeah, you'll see. Look, yeah,
I didn't even know that.
Yeah, so shout out to her. You know what I'm saying? It didn't end very amicably, but it is what it is.
Yeah, all right.
So yeah, that was that.
That's cool, man. So when's your next song coming out? When are you dropping your next project?
So the Janet video is my next release and my next single. However, it is a drill song, and a New York City drill song, and being from New York and being inspired lately as well the last couple of years with the whole Brooklyn drill and now Bronx drill scene. It's one of those. So I was real inspired by it, and the sample goes crazy. So I noticed that artists over there have a tendency to only drop a lot of videos. They don't really do streaming too often until they get to a certain place in their career. So I was like, let me try this. And I've always been a person to do streaming first. I don't really have too many videos. So I'm going to drop that video as a video only, where the only way you can hear the songs if you go watch the video.
Okay.
So that way I figure it'll generate more views, more attention as well. I'm a promoter as well, my whole team also. But that's my next drop, my next single. After that, that's dropping in 2 weeks. Release date coming soon. Teaser coming soon with a little snippet. And like I said, I have a project dropping in May also. It's called Angel's EP, which is my government name, Angel.
Nice.
And Angel, you feel me? Angelito. And that'll be dropping in May. So it's going to have 7 songs featuring, I think 4 artists. Only 3 songs are my own. And after that, I kind of pretty much have the first 6 months of the year planned out. Of course, due to my manager also. We go through that shit and just map out what we're going to do each month. All right, we're doing this month, that month, that month. We plan shit out in advance. That way we have time for mistakes or errors to be worked around. Yeah. You know what I mean?
If you have to reschedule something.
We reschedule a hella.
Yeah.
So.
Oh, yeah. I know what that's like.
Because sometimes it's not us. Like, sometimes it might be like, like, for example, right now, I'm waiting for the videographer to send me the video back. I'm waiting for that. Or it might be because I'm waiting for a sample to be cleared, or for another artist to send me their verse and then to mix their vocals in, It's a game of, like, cat and mouse sometimes, which is, kind of a headache sometimes depending on how it works out. But,
it's a creative process.
Yeah, it's their process, too. I have to understand that, Sometimes I don't want to, but
you can't rush. Yeah, you can't rush creativity, man.
I'm very impatient too, bro. Like, I have zero patience. I want shit done like that, and I have to understand that everybody don't move that way. Yeah. Because me, I'll get shit done right away by myself. I don't like waiting for nobody.
Too.
But might be a
thing about doing your own thing, man. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like you see all these things that need to be done, and you can do them all. So it's like, let's go. Like,
yeah, and I want to go. And sometimes everyone's, that you bring with you is not on the same page. You got to bring them up there with you, or sometimes take a step back and see why they're not with you. You know what I'm saying? Then bring them back up.
Yeah. Again, going back to that, success is a lonely road. You kind of have to leave people behind sometimes because either they don't get it, or they're not willing to rise with you. And if they're not rising with you, they're dragging you down.
It's unfortunate, but if you're not an asset, you're a liability.
Amen.
For me, so gotta hit them
like
scissors.
Yeah, man. And that's okay. It's okay.
Sometimes, it's perfectly normal. It's human. Yeah. People outgrow each other all the time. Sometimes they grow back into each other. You never know. But you gotta just, it depends how you live your life. They might live theirs differently, and if you guys can coexist, that's cool. But if not, it's no hard feelings.
Yeah,
it's just life.
Yeah, it is what it is.
Yep.
And I believe that eventually you're going to get to the point where you're going to meet like-minded people when you're doing what you love, man. Like
absolutely
what we're doing here, man.
Yeah.
Like that's why I started the podcast, because I want to meet all the creative people. I want to collab. I want to build a community.
Exactly.
And I think I have. I think the community that we built on social media and with the podcast is just incredible, man. And
those awards tell it.
Yeah. Yeah. And it just keeps growing, man. And I think that's a goal for me this year, is just to kind of grow the podcast, grow the social media, the community, just get more people.
It's about networking.
Exactly.
Just continuing to grow and just being greater and better.
Exactly. Yeah, because now I know you're going to hire me for your next music video. So
yes, sir. I'll hire you for something, that's for sure. Listen, we're going to put them awards to work.
Yeah, hell yeah.
Anybody in the city you want to work with?
Who do I want to work with in the city? That's a good question. Look at you, Mr. Interviewer.
We got to bring you on the podcast next.
There are people that I want to work with. I just don't know right now if they're accessible to me.
Okay.
Because, I have very high ambitions. And I also hold myself to a certain standard. Not to sound bougie or Hollywood or anything like that. You kind of have to as an artist. Because, it's your profession. It's your life. You have to keep people. Either they got to be on par with you, or you can't, you really just can't work with them like that. But I want to work with Swaver a lot. What's up. I've inquired a couple of times, and we just haven't made it happen yet. But it's gonna happen. I'll make it happen. My dog C-Bane, we collabed twice, but those two songs were kind of like throwaways. We're gonna get one in though. We're gonna get one because C-Bane is crazy, bro. He's one of the people that inspires me too. He was one of the first artists I saw that was doing it big, to my eyes at least. And people might think he's just another local, but to me, I'm like, damn, he's up and coming. He's next. He he has the backing. He has the sound, the image, everything. So it's like, shout out C-Bane for real. Definitely got to get one with him. And I want to, it's not that I'm opposed to working more in Tampa, but I want to branch out a lot more because I've been here for so long. I kind of know everybody for the most part. And I've met a lot of people around here. So I'm looking more to branch out and work with more artists in New York City. That's kind of what I'm trying to lay my foundation next. Trying to build over there some more and just keep my up and up over there to bring it back here, of course.
Yeah.
Because people say that you can blow up in Tampa, and I agree, but I also don't agree. I think it takes a certain kind of individual to make it happen here. You have to be really headstrong.
Yeah.
And at the same time, I'm all over the place. So I know me. I know that I wouldn't have the patience or the accountability to make it happen here just off that alone, just being here only. I'm the kind of person that I want to go out and show what we have going on here to bring those assets back,
yeah.
to share them. You know what I'm saying? Because if I have an artist in New York where you never been to, and you might get a fan base out there, I'm gonna bring them back here. You get a song with them. Now you have
it's a fresh audience.
People in New York that know you. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, that's why my team go back and forth to New York. That's where we're going.
Yeah.
I don't want to speak too much, but we're making shit happen over there.
That's cool.
So. But I also want to work with Doechii. She is, I don't know if you know who Doechii is, but
I've heard the name.
She is one of the few people in Tampa that I say really blew up and got out of here. Because now she's in LA doing her thing. She's a mainstream industry artist. That's
why I heard of her. Yeah.
Yeah. She had an album that went crazy on Spotify and TikTok, and she blew up overnight. Wow. It seems because I've been watching her for a couple of years now. She's performed here several times. I've seen her, talk to her in person. You feel me? And it's wild to see how she just
the
overnight.
Journey, man.
Yeah, it's crazy. Journey. It's inspiring. So I'm like, that's dope.
Yeah, Focus actually mentioned that is whenever you see people doing what you want to do, it kind of inspires you to go out and do it. It's like, absolutely, shit, if he can do it, I sure as hell can do what she's doing.
And I'm very easily inspired. It might not be, people say I might be easily influenced, but I think I'm inspired a lot easier because, I don't, not that I want to be or try to recreate what that person might have done or shown me, but I'm inspired by it and I want to take bits and pieces of it and make it to my own.
Yeah.
And I always pay homage. I always show, respect to those that show me something. Like I did this whole interview.
Yeah.
But I'm very respectful and very aware of those laid the foundation for me. I always gotta show love to them.
Yeah. Yeah, because without them you wouldn't be here.
Exactly. I wouldn't be doing what I'm doing right now.
Yeah.
I want to be talking to you.
Yeah, right.
But yeah, man. I think that's about all I got for you. I think,
Yeah.
This
that's
definitely
good,
kicked in. I finished it.
I gotta finish mine. Probably don't want to do that right now. So where can people find your stuff, man? What social media, and are you on YouTube?
I am on YouTube. You can find me on YouTube at Frankie X Music. That's Frankie with an IE, not the furry. I'm gonna tell you a story real quick. So hold on.
Oh boy.
Oh yeah, so I got a story now, y'all. So look, so there is a YouTuber named Frankie X. That's not myself, right?
Okay.
And he is what they call a furry. I'm not sure if you're aware what furries are,
Yeah.
but for those who aren't aware what a furry is, it's a person who dresses up in a big, like anthropomorphic animal suit, like an otter, which is what he is. He's an otter that's like a person, and he happens to be a very popular YouTuber, and he has my same name. So when I first started dropping music, I'm like, yo, who the fuck is this furry fuck taking my shit?
Who the hell is this Frankie X?
Yo, who the hell is this guy, right? So at the time, you know, I keep dropping music, uploading to YouTube, and I finally was able to flush him out a little bit.
Yeah,
and thankfully, he also had like a decline. He stopped posting shit.
Okay.
So now I'm the Frankie X, but that's why one time before I was Frankie's Outside, which is my IG now. You can follow me on Instagram at Frankie's Outside, Frankie with an IES outside, because I'm always outside. You dig what I'm saying? Before that, I was real Frankie X because he was the fake one.
Nice. Okay.
You feel me? Because I had to let people know, bro, like, nah, I'm the real Frankie X. He's an imposter. I don't know who that guy is.
I'm not a furry, man. I'm
not a furry. And it's funny because now I think about it, it was a concert for Pusha Preem, right, in St. Pete. It was for my dog Pusha Preem. Shout out to Pusha Preem, the OG. He had a show he had in St. Pete at this place called the Iberian Rooster. Crazy name. I'll never forget that shit. And it was a dope venue. Like, had a downstairs where he had the show at. He rented the whole shit out. He did a whole thing when he proposed to his now wife there too. It was crazy.
Wow.
But while we're out and about doing shit, we're walking around the streets because St. Pete has the art shit like we talked about.
Yeah.
Looking at art and shit. We see a group of furries. And I was just like, yo, I wonder if Frankie's over there. I was like, yo, I'm going to go get him. He over there.
It's your doppelganger.
Yeah, man. He's like, Sue's my evil twin, but that guy's my doppelganger. I have to eliminate him.
Yeah.
I got to get him out of here, dog.
Yeah, wash him out, man.
Yeah.
You can't have that.
So with that being said, more content, more shows, more Frankie. The real one, you know what I'm saying, coming.
The real Frankie
in
X.
New Year. Yeah, exactly.
Nice.
Yeah,
well, and for us, we're actually on BlueBox Podcast on Instagram and on TikTok. BlueBox Digital 1 is me. That's my Instagram. We're on YouTube, youtube.blueboxdigital.com. We're going to post all these episodes on there, and obviously on all the podcasting platforms, Apple Podcast, Spotify. We're definitely on Spotify.
You can also find me on all those platforms also at Frankie X. I will be YouTube, Spotify, Apple Music, Tidal, whatever you got, I'm on there. SoundCloud, all that.
Nice.
Yep.
Yeah, man. So check out Frankie X. He's doing some cool stuff, man. We're gonna keep an eye on you and Focus this year.
For sure. Thank you for having me.
Yeah, man. Absolutely. And thanks again for watching. We'll see you guys in the next one.
Yes,
Thank
sir.
you.
See you then.